What's good, y'all? So we're back at it again, man. I got my boy Max Griffin on. If y'all aren't in the know, you should be in the know. There's no way you don't know. But Max is fighting Michael Chiesa, UFC 310 in Vegas. First of all, how are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm a little worn down. It's to be expected as we get closer to this time, as these weeks get on. But I feel good. It's as expected.
Yeah. I mean, you're a vet in the game. You know how this goes. But so I know that like leading into this, you're gonna have a whole bunch of interviews, a whole bunch of people asking you the same damn questions over and over again. How you feeling? What does this fight mean to you? How's training going?
Yeah.
Where do you think the fight is going to put you with a win? Yada yada yada. I'm not going to ask you none of that because
Perfect.
I already know what those answers are going to be. So I'm not going to ask you none of that. But what I am going to ask you is conceptual questions based on one word. So totally different probably from what you used to, but I think it'll be an interesting conversation. So I got 5 words for you. So the first word is pain. So what do you think of when you hear the word pain?
Pain, man. Pain, pain. See, here we go. See, now I gotta wrap my mind around this. We're going this way. Pain, pain is necessary. You know,
Hmm.
people run from pain, uh, but pain's important.
Yeah.
Pain's important. Um, I sometimes think I draw it to myself because I am pain. I embody it. So I kind of experience it a lot more than probably most people. I inflict it. I feel it. I get it back. I reciprocate it. Um, but it's who I am, man.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it is your nickname. It is. I mean, it's a perfect nickname too, because like, I mean, obviously, I grew up playing the game. I saw the movie, all that. So when I saw you come on the scene, I was like, Max, I was like, that is a thoughtful nickname, and I'm big on nicknames. Like the nicknames got to apply. I hate people have generic, spin the bottle, whatever it land on type of nicknames. But like your
yeah,
nickname, it fits you and it fits, it's perfect. It's perfect. Like I
yeah.
really dig it.
I like the game too, man. I'm big on the game.
Oh
Big
yeah.
on all those Max Payne games. You know.
Yeah. Anything that introduces bullet time, like
Yeah, I was.
that's a game changer.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm still with it. But even more so with the pain. Yeah, that connects. Even more so with my style, the OG Max Payne.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because
Yeah.
I mean, I've done shirts and stuff with the old Max Payne video game,
Hmm.
like cover and stuff on a shirt, but it was me and it was tape. It was fire, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was big on Max Payne, big on bullet time, big on all the blood, big on this carnage, man.
Hmm. Is another interesting when it comes to pain. Dustin Poirier once said that he said that he feels like he can suffer more than the person that he's fighting against, and it like complete that directly ties to pain. You know what I'm saying?
That's heavy. I like that. I like Dustin. And that makes sense that he said that. I mean, it's a hurt game, man. When we fight, it's. I mean, it's a sport per se, but it's one on one, man to man, like and trying to kill each other. And a lot of times, you both get kind of messed up, but it's who could take more, who could withstand it, who could, you know, make it through.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Okay, so this perfectly ties into the next word. So the next word is doubt. What when you hear that word doubt, what does that make you think of?
Doubt. I don't like doubt. It comes across our mind sometimes, and um, you got to believe, man. It's the opposite of belief. And
Hmm.
a believer in doubt is It's not good. I mean, it's powerful to an extent as like thinking about it as like something you don't want to do,
Hmm.
but um our minds are so powerful. Once we say, doubt is like I can't, and it's more negative. And once you say yourself you can't, um, like your body shuts down. If you're working out, you're like I can't do anymore. Like
Hmm.
once you acknowledge that, or I can't. Once you start saying you can, can't's different than won't. You
Yeah,
know, I
yeah,
think
that's
people
true.
confuse those a lot. Like I can, like you can, you just don't want to.
Yeah.
I can. Like you could, but so I think doubt is similar to that. But you got to try to recognize that you feel these doubts. You think about these doubts. You got to override that.
Hmm.
Because your mind's so powerful, and it goes the way that you steer it per se. Then it gets
Yeah.
the ball.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. Like, what it makes me think about, and I've never been a professional fighter, but I've been in tons of fights, but I've never been a professional fighter. And I feel like the difference between that, and I mentioned this before, I was talking to Josh Emmett actually, and I mentioned that the difference to me when it comes to professional fights, just as far as the feelings, is like when you're fighting somebody on the street, like it happens so fast, you ain't got time to be thinking about all these different things and having
Yeah,
all these doubts. But when you're fighting in the UFC, you got tons of time to think. And
yeah.
then you see all these people go ahead of you, and they're like, "Okay, Max, you're up next." And you're like, "Damn, am I supposed to be fighting right now?"
Bro, I'll tell you what. They I get feeling like that, man. I mean, doubt per se, but it's funny with the fights I'm at, I don't want to fight, and then the
Hmm.
fights that I'm not fighting, I'm cornered, I do want to fight. So it's those fight days, man, they go from 0 to 60, or they fly. They're like the fastest, slowest days ever, because you have that goal, right? You're fighting someone that um has been preparing to fight you. It's a lot on the line,
Hmm.
and being there in those moments, man, I find my body sometimes activates um far before the fight. I remember I fought Carlos Condit um a few years ago at T-Mobile Arena,
I
and
remember this.
I usually I usually get those butterflies and that like on fight day. This was like a couple days before,
Yeah.
and that just means I read a lot, but there's a like butterflies. That's your digestive system turning off. So it's a fight or flight mechanism. So it's your body,
Mhm.
like your animalistic body, getting ready. Like, okay, we're not gonna eat. We're gonna turn that off. So my nerves. I mean, when your palms get sweaty, that's like you're getting slippery. Like so,
Yeah.
like if we know what's happening to us physically and why, like the science behind it, then we could be like, okay, my body's getting excited, like I'm ready.
Hmm.
Versus being like, shit, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Shit, man, come on, man. You could, because it's easy to get into that.
Yeah.
You're in some other city. There's a lot of shit on the line. There's a lot of pressure. It's easy to um kind of rolling the doubt, rolling the nerves.
Hmm.
But like I said, I like to reframe it. Like I'm excited. It just kind of spins my mind to using it positively than thinking about it as like a negative thing, trying to suppress that stomach, trying to dry my hands off. Like I'm not nervous, trying to play it off,
Hmm.
and that kind of just does the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of
Yeah.
just does the opposite.
I was talking to somebody, and they said that if you don't feel nervous like that, and you don't feel that anticipation, then maybe this ain't what you really actually want to do.
Yeah. I also heard someone say, you should feel like you should, if like if you're not nervous, like you're not taking it serious.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean enough to you. Um, because it's a lot of it's so much on the line, so much
yeah.
on the line, and just to act like it's nonchalant, like you're tripping, like you're not being real with
Hmm.
um with what's happening here.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah. No, that totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Which again leads to another word that I got. This one is pride.
pride, pride.
That's a
Oh,
dangerous word. It's a
I
very
know,
dangerous
I know,
word.
I do. It is, it is, it is, it is. For me, it's more belief in oneself is what how would I would um how would I ha- is what that means to me. Because it could get you in trouble, being too prideful, and you don't want to lose. I mean, this is like a training session. I'll say like ego. I think ego goes with pride too. So
Hmm.
I train with a lot of people. Selective group. We have a group called the Grapple Boys. It's all such high level guys. They're all like gym owners and jiu-jitsu black belts, and I'm in there with Fluffy. He's in there. We got Sean.
Okay.
We got Ryan Loader. Just went Ultimate
Hmm.
Fighter. Anthony Hernandez. My Mexican brother who just smashed Michelle Pereira a few weeks
Hmm.
back. Um, but a lot of guys that are really good, and um, we'll tap. Like we're not going to sleep in there. Like we're not getting our arms broken. I think a lot of it is like, I'm not gonna tap. Like that's your pride. Like no, this guy can't tap me. Like
Hmm.
that's when you get your ankle snapped. For what? Because your pride, your
Yeah.
ego wouldn't let you lose this position. But now you're out for 8 months. So was
Hmm.
pride a good thing? Would you rather have a broken ankle, or say you tapped and then maybe talk to the guy and learn how to get out of it, or learn, you know what I mean? Learn from that
Yep.
experience versus, yeah, when you say pride, I guess I just shift the ego. And the guys in my room, we take care of each other. Like, I don't just train with random people. I'm very careful. I don't like it. But the people that I train with, we take care of each other. We have good intent.
Hmm.
Yeah, we're trying to take each other out, but they're not trying to hurt you per se. And there's guys that come around that it's always like a new guy, or I want to land something on Max, or you know, I it's their ego trying to. They don't give a shit about me, but they want a story. They want to say that
Yeah.
they caught me or they did something to me, so they go extra hard. Yeah, new people I go with or whatever, they go extra hard, which is I know it's probably it's not worth it for me. So
Hmm.
yeah, when you say pride, it goes to ego, and once you go to ego, yeah, my guys have no ego. At least when we're in there training together, we're fighting. We're gonna kill somebody, but when we're together, I think taking the ego out of it and just trying to learn and get better is a method of who I surround myself with. I
Yeah.
think ego is dangerous.
Very,
Ego is pretty dangerous for me.
very dangerous. When I think of pride, a lot of people, I feel like, especially black men, I'll say it, put pride above the lesson and above the goal. And one of the reasons, and it's not because he's black, but this is one of the instances where I feel like pride put allowed somebody to choose a different path, rather than what they should have done, is when Wonder Boy Thompson fought Kevin Holland, and Kevin Holland didn't go for no takedowns,
Yep,
none, didn't
yep,
even attempt it.
yep.
He was
He's
like,
a
I can
great
strike with this
grappler.
dude.
He's a great grappler.
I know, like, what are you what are you doing out here? Like, why? Why would you do that? Like it to me, that was a pride thing. It was pride.
Yeah, I see it a lot. Guys want to strike. Like the guy Ramiz Brahimai. I thought knocked his
Oh
ear
yeah.
off. Ear collector. My ear hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, he tried to shoot a couple times, but after the fight, he's like, man, I really thought, I could, really thought I could stand with you. I really tried to, and I said, you thought wrong. Would he have lost
Yeah.
his ear? Maybe. Would I still be the ear collector if he tried to wrestle more? Maybe, but I mean, it happened. But like, you gotta do whatever it takes. And bitch shoots first or whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like for instance, this last Pereira and Roundtree.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a pride thing. I mean, he
Mm-hmm.
did great. He did great, but he's probably permanently a little messed up from that. He took damage. I mean, that
A
those
lot
kind
of
of
damage.
fights will change you. I don't care what they say.
Mm-hmm.
A fight like that will change you.
Yeah.
Um, just in general, just
Mm-hmm.
you like go
Yeah.
to the other side and you come back on. I've had some kind of fight of the night fights like that, but he didn't want to shoot, and he could grapple and shit. So like
Mm-hmm.
maybe if he mixed it in, I mean he was winning the fight just striking. Imagine if he would have thrown a couple takedowns or mixed. It's MMA.
Yep. Yep. You
It's
don't
not
have to
boxing.
beat him that way. You don't have
Yeah,
to.
so to say I have to beat him, hindsight, you're like, man, maybe I should have fucking wrestled a little bit. I mean, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying just lay on the guy, but don't just let your pride be so high that you know.
Yeah.
I'd rather get the dub. So
That's what's important. That's what's important, man. Um. Okay. Speaking of dubs, my next one is Legacy. What do you think of when you think of Legacy?
legacy. I believe it's so far from not just in the cage. It's in the cage, out the cage. Your impact on the world, your impact on those around you who look up to you. Um, you know, for instance, like John Jones, he's fighting this weekend. You know, some say his his legacy's tarnished from his antics, but if you look at like what he's accomplished in the cage, I mean, he's a GOAT. I mean, if you look at who he's beaten and what the run he's had and who he's that time where he was just smashing everyone, like,
Mm-hmm.
and then he got in trouble. Hella, he kept getting in trouble, and like,
Yeah.
which is human, right? He's human, so no one's perfect. But like, man, he had the wrong people around him,
Yeah.
that were like, motherfucker, you need to,
Mm-hmm.
like you need people around you that'll steer you in the right way, not guys that are like, yeah, 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 yeah. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like, let me drive, John. You're not driving. Like, get a driver.
Yeah, for real.
Like, come on. Like, there's no
Yeah.
reason you should be out here driving, crash, doing all this shit. Like, you shouldn't even be allowed to do that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, come on. So his legacy could be he's still to go, but you know, would people think about him different if all that shit didn't happen? With the you saw the shit and the pregnant lady and the drugs and the car accidents and all the shit. Like, he was young and dumb and just had wrong people around him. So I want to be um it's like who you influence, who because we only fight, a couple times a year, but
Yeah.
we do, you know, we work every day,
Mm-hmm.
work every day in the community with who we see, what we kind of promote, what we put online. Like, um, I want to be someone that left a positive impact, and the further deeper I get in the game, the more I want to help people. You know, the more reach I'm getting, I'm more community based, talking to touching more lives, talking to more kids, and mentoring more people, and just kind of guiding people in the right way.
Yeah.
So that's what I want for legacy, not just I knocked these people out and it took some years, which happened, but I feel like a lot of people don't use any. They do the stuff, but then they don't do anything with it. They don't. They just leave it at that. They leave it in the cage, and I feel like you have to run in the cage twice a year. So it's like, what else are you doing?
Hmm.
How else are you helping? You gotta help.
Yeah. Got to reinvest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last one, and you kind of hinted on it. You kind of went this direction, but the last one is purpose.
Purpose. Yeah, it's becoming more clear. I touched on it a little bit, but it's becoming more clear. And just in general, for me, I want to help. Yeah, like fighting is like to get me, like, is, how can I explain this? Fighting is like what I do. Fighting is like what I have a spotlight on. It gives me, it's my life. I'm a fighter. I'm a martial artist. But during that time, what am I doing? And that's becoming more the purpose. Like I said, I only crush skulls twice a year. So the rest of that, I'm trying to inspire. I'm showing my kids, my individual kids, about hard work and dedication and belief and being good people, um, and that extends to everyone I know. Everyone I encounter, I want to leave them better than they were before I got there. Whether that's a smile or just feeling better or just having better energy, because it's not just this, it's not this mental. I mean, it's spiritual. It's it's what you're consuming when you're like watching shit on TV. Like, what are you watching? What are you eating?
Hmm.
Like everything matters. People think like nothing matters. Like, oh, if I just do this, but everything stacks up.
Yeah.
Everything you do stacks up. So if you do something every day, stacks up. You do something, in the wrong direction every day, it stacks up. But what someone told me the other day, I think my boxing coach Norm, 85, 86, but he said it's a lot easier to go downhill than it is to go uphill, and
Facts.
faster. That's deep. That's deep. That's like you could just do one little thing and fuck your whole life up, you know.
Hmm.
But to climb the mountain that it takes to get to where you need to go, it's slow increments. And one thing, you fly right back down. So you gotta remember that. It's a lot easier, um, to go downhill.
Yeah. No, that's bars right there. Actually,
It
it's kind of bars.
is. It is. I was I was at the gym telling my teammates about it. Aspen lad, who's a hiker, she's like, actually, she was still thinking about the mountain. Like, technically, for me, going down is easier or it's harder than. I'm like, I'm talking. This is deep. This isn't the mountain right now. Like,
That's crazy.
that's deep. That
Yeah.
hit home. When I heard that, I was like, damn. Like, you do stuff every day. So, you don't always see like your results.
Hmm.
You know, you don't get that breakthrough yet. You keep trying and trying and trying and trying. You just feel like you're just going through the motions trying to get what you do. And then one day it'll work out. But, once you stop that, man, once you stop that and start doing other shit, it's easy just
Yep.
to
Just
lose
to
it, man.
sleep,
Lose it all. You can lose it
and
all quick.
it'll go real fast. Right before you even see it going, it's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so those are my five questions or my five words. But I have one more thing I want to ask you about. You have a lot of split decisions. A lot of them. A lot.
Bullshit. They're bullshit. They're mostly bullshit though. Like they're mostly bullshit. Not
You
just
know
because
what?
it's me, but
Hmm. I
like
mean,
because it's me saying it. I feel like that. Like you look at the scores, you look at the punch counts, you look at like the fight, the momentum, like you know.
so when you were in that moment, right? And like the fight's done, y'all have your little pleasantries or whatnot, and then you're walking to the middle, for them to do the scorecards. And Bruce Buffer starts it off with Mike Bell scores the card or scores it 29-28. Griffin. Like, what's going through your head when you hear that?
They fucked me so many times. Especially Sal Diamato. If I hear Sal's there, man, Sal does not like me. And I talked to him. I talked to Sal. He was actually sitting. Yeah, Sal was there for my Neil Magny fight. I
Hmm.
would have been number 9. Sal was there. He was there for numerous fights. I Anthony fought in Anaheim versus Kopylov, and I'm
Hmm.
sitting. I had my UFC seats. The commission is right in front of me, like literally, like where my like I'm in the front row, like
Hmm.
before the floor, and there's all the commission just sitting right here. And Elliot, one of my coaches, he's only commissioned. He's all laughing. I'm like, what's this for laughing at? And then this bald guy's between my legs, like they faced on their way, like dead, like laser center between me, just looking right there. This nice bald guy turns around, offers me like chocolate nuts and shit, like chocolate almonds. You want some chocolate almonds? I'm like, sure. I'm all fucking talking. This guy's all being all nice to me. And then my lady's like, I think that's Sal Diamato. And I'm like, no. And this is after I've talked shit about Sal Diamato, like publicly. And I text Elliot because he's like 5 feet from me. I'm like, is that Sal Diamato? And he said, yes. This fool's trying to like be friends, make friends with me with the chocolate.
Did
And
the
then I'm
chocolate
like, yo,
solve all the problems?
yeah, he's like, I was like, this motherfucker tried to play me. He's trying to. I was like, yo, Sal. He turns around. I'm like, bro, why are you always hating on me, man? Why are you always voting against me? He's like, I'm only. He's like, it's not true. It's not true. I'm like, well, I named a couple fights or whatever. And he was like, yeah, but. He's like, I don't have anything against you. I'm like, well, don't make it look like it. Shit. I mean, you fucking fooled me twice. Fuck, dude. But yeah, if my splits went my way, I did a thing where I looked at like my record and the split. Just I don't know if I had bad karma, but for years, but um, right now I'm 20-10. I want to say I'd be like 26-4 or some
Yeah.
shit like that if my splits would have went.
Yep. I looked at it today. And yeah. Yeah, for sure. You will have already fought for a belt at the
Yeah.
least. At the least.
See, yeah, it's like wild to me, but I I think that's. I guess I mean again I'm laughing about it now. I think it's pretty funny. It just shows how good like I really am, and
Yeah.
like what's inside of me, and people don't know. Some people know, um, but what I can do, you know what I mean? What I can do, and like I never just have my ass whooped and been beat down, and like just like. I fought so many tough guys. I fought him. I fought Kobe in my first UFC fight.
Yeah.
Um, did pretty good too. I did the best against him that anyone's done before. Like what's his name beat him, like Usman and shit. But before that, he
Hmm.
was wasting everybody. He didn't waste me. I almost Kimura him, dropped him. I did well. So now I'm just in this new spot where I've fought everyone. I've fought all those styles. And I'm getting better. A lot of these guys are getting older, and I mean we're all getting
Hmm.
older. But I try to say I'm getting younger, man. I just got stem cell out in Tijuana. I've been doing
Hmm.
brain training and different like futuristic anti-aging stuff. So
I need to
yeah,
know.
I'm
I need to
going
know about this
backwards.
stuff. I need to know this anti-aging stuff.
I'm going backwards. I'm going backwards over here, you know.
Yeah. No, I mean, you had, like you said, you've been fighting pretty much anybody they put in front of you. I mean, like you fought the up and comers. You got Michael Morales, and he's a young kid on the rise.
He
Like,
is.
and you gave him work. So
Yeah.
like, I mean, like I don't see a decline. Like normally, somebody that is your age, like you start to see like, oh, at speed, okay, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
But like, no, it's still the same. Like, if
Yeah.
anything, you're more competent in a lot of different areas than you were when you first started, which is exactly what should be happening, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. And I believe that's for me learning and trying to learn and get better. I feel like a lot of guys they get to a certain point and then they get stuck in how they want to do shit and my striking's good enough. I'm not gonna work it. My wrestling is good enough. I'm just gonna do the same stuff. No, you have to learn and bounce stuff off people. How would you beat this? I do this. Okay, well, then it's a lot. You got to have a lot of like checks and balances, and you got to want to grow. But I've seen so many guys that just they fucking know it all. I know it all. There's no other way. Like the game goes so fast, so fast, so fast. You're gonna get left, man. And
Yeah.
then I feel great, and I am not. I'm not saying anything about any retirement. I'm not putting like any date out there. I'm not mentally acknowledging anything. Um, once you start doing that, oh, no, fuck it. Like your body, your soul, your spirit, like starts finding a way. There's a book I read. It's called The Expectation Effect. Great book. If you haven't read that
Hmm.
book, read it.
Hmm.
Expectation Effect. But they study everything from eating to working out to different, but for sports and everything. But it's about people who like thought they were old. That like said,
Hmm.
oh, I'm old or getting older. Getting older every day. Same shit, different day. These legs. Like your body shuts down. Like your clock goes into like super speed versus someone that um isn't like talking to yourself about the hype. It's like doubt we were talking about. I
Hmm.
can't. It's the same thing. Like I'm old. I'm old. Your body's like, well, we are. But you know what? Shit, we are old. Shit. You right. You right, Mike. You right.
Yeah. No,
You
I got
can't
I got
do
to hit
that.
that
You
thing.
can't. I don't care. I do recover all day though. Like, I'm big on recovery. I believe I've always been Mr. Recovery.
Hmm.
Um, I'm doing the red light. I have my cold plunge in my backyard. I'm doing the sauna every day. I'm doing the PEMF. I'm doing chiropractor 3 days a week. I do physical therapy twice a week. I'm meditating. I'm mouth taping. I'm nose stripping. I'm wearing my blue light blocking glasses. I'm all these special supplements, and I'm really, I mean, like grass fed beef and fucking, I'm really like alkaline water. Like I, I treat my body hella good,
Yeah.
and it keeps me going to the next session because I do 3-4 sessions a day, and normally if you just, I mean, regular people, anyone, imagine working out for 7 hours in one day. You work
Yeah.
out for a couple hours.
It's not happening, bro.
You need you need to eat. You need to. But like, if you don't do the recovery stuff that I do, you feel like shit on the next session. You're tired. You're lethargic. And then I mean that's only the second session, and this is just a Monday, right? And then you have a third session. So then you're tired. I mean, you wrestled, you boxed already, you went on a run. So you have to cold plunge. You have to reset your body and try to get back to like zero. That's why I like, and I mean, think about it. That's Monday. What about Tuesday? What, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? By the time you get to Friday, you've hit 20 sessions a week.
Mm-mm. I ain't gonna get
Yeah.
past Tuesday.
See,
I'm still on
but,
Tuesday.
to me, the game is getting back to fresh. Like, how fresh can you get for the next session? How fresh can you get between the next session? Bro, I had a birthday party for no, my son had a Halloween party. My 3-year-old. He's like, I want to have a Halloween party. So we had a Halloween party with all his cousins, and this was like Halloween, so shit, pretty recent, 2-3 weeks
Mm-hmm.
ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
But I had pizza. I had some fucking pizza, man. I had. I'm not eating pizza right now, but I had some pizza. I'm like, fuck it, it's Sunday. I'll have some pizza. It fucked me up for like 4 days, man. It fucked
Can't
me
even
up
have
for like
pizza.
5 days. I felt fine, but I have this thing called a lumen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what
Blowing
you're talking
it,
about.
it looks like
Yeah.
a vape, but you blowing it, and it tells you your metabolic. Like, are you burning fat? Are you burning carbs? It's like a
So
scale
that
of
thing
1 to
does
5.
work.
It
I
works,
saw
yeah,
it. It works. Okay.
it works. I use it every day. And normally I'd be like a 3, which is like in the middle. You're burning fat and carbs, or a 2 is like, um, if you fast during the night, you're like your stomach gets digested. Digest all the food, then your body can start working. If your stomach's always fucking full, then your body never, your body never really works right. Really,
Yeah.
it's spending all this energy digesting versus fixing your body, recovering. Like,
Mm-hmm.
digestion is first. So, bro, I had the pizza Sunday. It might have even been Saturday. I was a 5 on carbs for fucking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And
God.
I was like fasting. I was like fasting. I was so carved up from the pizza. Like, I didn't burn no fat, all week,
Dang.
So, like, that was just like 4, 5 pieces of pizza. Maybe not even that much. They were double cut. It was from Costco. So, but it made me think, like, imagine people that don't work out like that and have pizza and eat just regular food. Like,
Yep.
their bodies are always in like digestion mode, which you're not burning fat. You're burning carbs. It puts your
Mm-hmm.
body like it's like in a stressful kind of mode, man.
Yeah.
It's like a fight or flight mode almost. When
Mm-hmm.
when when you're always carved up, you gotta be able to go in ketosis and give your digestive system a break so the energy could fix your brain or your heart or just anything else.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know.
No, I don't know how you like. I have a 3-year-old also, and yeah, I don't get time to do all those things. There's no recover. There's no recovery. It is go, 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 go.
Yeah.
If you're tired, we're about to go some more.
Yep.
That's just the
Yep.
way it is. Cool. But like I said, man, I appreciate you jumping on, bro. We definitely got to do it again.
For sure.
But yeah, man. Good luck in the fight. Of course, I'll be watching. I watch everything. So
Yep.
hopefully you get it done against Michael Chiesa, however you wanted to get it done.
I will, man.
Bet. Cool.